All right, we are live. Welcome again, friends. Highfalutin Ski Bum podcast number 58. Thank you guys so much for listening. Happy to have you here. We're happy to be here. It is your humble hosts, Brian and Mario. Mario, what's going on, man?
It's summer and it's freaking hot out, and I'm waiting for it to end. That's what's going on.
Yeah, it's starting to get really, really hot right now and muggy and gross. And yeah, it's this is the worst time of the year for the us ski folk. Definitely, everything seems so far away. I mean, last season seems like a distant memory, and then next season seems like it's never going to get here. But it's a couple more weeks. Things are going to start getting darker, and it's going to start cooling down, and it's going to change. So
That'll be
it's
nice.
it's like they always say, it's always darkest right before dawn.
Yeah. Well, what are we going to talk about this week? That leads us into just what's our topic?
It's nice and simple, a little summer check-in. It's this time, it's middle of the summer, hazy hot dog days of summer, and we're going to talk about what we're doing to pass the time, to make things have a positive summer experience. So
Yeah, I'll try to keep it positive. We'll see.
that's all we can do is try. You can't say we'll try, but we'll try to try.
Try to try. That's right.
So you can get all of our info, skibumpodcast.com, twitter.com/skibumpodcast, facebook.com/skibumpodcast, and instagram.com/skibumpodcast. And as we always do, we're going to kick it off with Mario.
Oh yeah,
That is some weekly flavor-ass music right there.
that is some weak-ass weekly flavor music, right?
A
It's a little low today.
little low. Keeping it low. Keeping it light.
Keep it on the DL.
Yeah.
So
It's like a session weekly flavor.
that's right. So trying to keep with the highfalutin. I've been looking at our doing a lot of stuff for the podcast this week and looking into some expansion opportunities for us and keeping it highfalutin. So highfalutin's been the key. So I decided to pop open this week a Barbera del Monferrato, which is it's from the Barolo region. Has Barolo grape in it, which if anybody knows a Barolo, they're like $50-$70 a bottle. This one is from like the neighboring region. I guess it's like the Queens to the Manhattan. It's it's near there, but it's not quite in there. And these are only I say like $30 a bottle or so. So I get these on occasion when I have a little extra spending money, and I save them and popped it. I kind of made it last the whole week. Have my little wine saver, and I just actually am finishing the last bit now. So it's a nice bold red wine. If anybody likes that, very good. Like a lot of good flavor, like plum, cherry, little black pepper. So it's like a dark. It's really good with steak or something like that, or a spicy Italian food.
Oh, very
So,
nice.
little chicken parm,
Chicken parm. Little meatball hero.
have like a $70 bottle of Barolo and a freaking pizza from Pizza
Little
Hut.
sausage and peppers.
Sausage and peppers. So,
Nice.
how about you, Brian?
Well, it was recently my birthday, so my lovely wife Andrea purchased for me a tequila that I have been trying to get my grimy little asshole hands on for probably 9 months now. I saw an article, I think it was on drinkhacker.com, and the Rob Report had a story about it. It's a Herradura Ultra, and it's an
Wow.
Ultra Anejo. But most Anejos, they're the aged tequila, so they're aged over a year in barrels, like a bourbon or a whiskey would be. But this one, and usually it gives it the color, that woody kind of texture, or not texture, look and feel and of the wood. But this tequila is aged, but it's clear. And it is so smooth and so flavorful and light and drinkable, and I absolutely love it. And we couldn't even find it, in where we are in New Jersey or New York, anywhere. So she had to buy it online, which, you buy everything online, but what you usually don't buy online is booze. So
Well, that could also be one of those things where you walk in the store and they're like, "Oh no, sir, we're out of it for you."
for you, for your kind.
For your kind, I'm sorry, we don't serve your ski bum folk in this town.
It's quite possible that was what was happening. I mean, it wasn't even like behind the counters. Like it was nowhere. Like they did not have it. So
So
I
did
don't
you get
know.
Prime shipping on that?
Yeah, right. I don't know what the good folks at Herradura are doing exactly. If they're, I think she was saying they only seem to sell it in California. I don't know if that's it or what, but
Wow, it's like the heady topper of
you know
añejo.
what? What is it with us and having these tough to find alcohols that we like so much?
Oh, that's
Just some
funny.
highfalutin bastards is what we are.
I went to if anybody looks at our Instagram postings, I went to Magnify Brewing Company yesterday.
Ooh, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, I got out of work. I was pretty pissed off, and I was like, let me cheer up, go visit our folks over there, and grab a few craft beers. And they have like 3 or 4 different beers. I had they had one with guava. It's their lighter one, almost their white beer with a little tint of guava. Is actually awesome. So
Guava,
they're
huh?
really, yeah, they're making some really cool stuff. We got to stop by there one of these days. But yeah, shout out to them. So Eric, talked to him for a little while and sampled those other beers that they have. I tell you, it was really nice.
Yeah, they're doing great stuff over there. Yeah, we gotta make that happen
But
one of these days.
yeah, but the reason I mentioned that, you talk about stuff being rare. He said their cans, they sold out of all their canned product, and they're putting the cans in a bunch of different supermarkets now.
Mhm.
And he said they're actually starting to get a line when they announce the can release.
No kidding,
People
really?
coming. He said there was a line out the door, like just people waiting to get cans, and they were only selling, like a 4-pack each. So I was like,
Jeez,
they're getting
the heady
they're getting
topper
the buzz.
buzz.
Yeah. So good to see.
You know what? I guess Alchemist has that big new facility now, so they can make more beer. So it's not quite as exotic. So there's got to be a new exotic that moves in, and it
Yeah.
looks like it's the
Yeah.
good folks at Magnify.
Yeah. That's right.
That's great for them. They're making a great
But I guess
product. So
the Herradura is like that. You got to go to Cali to get it. I mean, really?
yeah, making it complicated for us. But we
Complicated.
always find
You
a
gotta
way.
go.
We always find a way.
You gotta stroll into the liquor store and ask them to order it, because a lot of them will order it if they can.
It's like, yo, I want to get this lovely Herradura Anejo tequila and some watermelon wine coolers.
And then you might get an answer back like, the guy that owns that business is an asshole. Remember our buddy at the beer shop with
Oh God.
I'm not gonna say what brewery he hated, but he hated him.
Yes, I believe he was
All
let
the time.
go shortly after that as well.
Yes. He knew his stuff though, but he really didn't like that one brewery.
Yeah.
I forgot what his exact words were, but they weren't really nice out of the gate.
I think it was a politically incorrect term for a homosexual gentleman he used
Oh yeah.
with a not so polite adjective before it.
Yeah. And then he went on with the expletives after that, so it's kind of, we got him started with that.
Yeah, he was pretty fired up in a very unhealthy way.
He went from calm and hanging out to fired up. I was like, wow, there's some history there.
Yeah, he's one of those dudes who, when you get a couple drinks in him, he can turn his Viking blood could be expelled and released and turned for evil.
Yeah, I look at the Viking blood every day. I go into the fridge. I'm like, why is it still in there?
Why did I buy this?
Why did I buy this
It
thing?
was just one of those nights. Like, I'm gonna give you guys a free pint glass. We're like, oh my god, I'm
All
gonna
right,
give you all these beers to try. Oh my god. He's like a great car salesman.
Yeah, he gave me something free for buying the Viking blood. I'm like, yeah, I'll buy it.
He got to pay for the undercoating,
That's right.
all that good stuff.
All that good stuff.
Yes, sirree. So let's start us off. You got the ski news.
Time for a little ski news now.
Time for some ski news. So we're going to start off, unfortunately, on a sad note. There was a word this week of Swedish free skier Matilda Rappaport died at the age of 30.
Damn.
So Matilda was down in Farallones, Chile, and was buried in an avalanche.
Damn.
Looks like she was just without oxygen for a prolonged period of time, and the lack of oxygen, led her to be into a coma. And it's kind of creepy because she was caught in an avalanche last year as well in Alaska, and there's a video of her describing it.
Oh
And
wow, that's chilling.
it's horrible. Yeah, I mean, she was a tremendous skier. I mean, she's been on the podium for plenty of different events, and to have that experience last year in that avalanche in Alaska, and to have it happen again is just, and unfortunately, fatally this time, it's a really sad story. So, her.
So I wonder if she was backcountry skiing or what. Like, how did she get caught in that?
Yeah, I mean, if you're caught in an avalanche, I mean, you're rarely in resort for that to happen. So, you know,
Yeah, she did a lot of free ride and stuff. So I guess she probably was.
again, you don't really have the details, but yeah, I'm sure she must have been, going off somewhere a little more adventurous. But yeah, so it's very sad. So, rest in peace, Matilda. Our, thoughts and prayers out to the families, and just be careful out there. If you're going out there in backcountry, make sure you have your gear and know how to use it.
Gotta be safe and sorry, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's very sad.
Yeah, that's pretty.
All right, man. I'm a little happier here.
All right. So speaking of buried, Australia just got buried by 70 centimeters, which is about 28 inches to you and I.
That's good buried.
Good buried.
Good buried.
In new snow this week. So, a blurb on this says they usually don't get big dumps like this. So, it's a really big deal. They actually said this is a once in a decade storm. So, they're saying Aussie ski resorts currently own 6 of the 10 deepest snowpacks on Earth right now, on the planet.
Wow, that's really rare too. Yeah, for Australia.
Yeah, so I guess the Aussies are skiing now too.
Yeah.
I just got Perisher, Falls Creek, Hot Ham. So they were, mentioning some of the big ski areas.
Yeah, no, Perisher and Hot Ham, they got snow back in June, I think. I remember we were talking about it on the podcast back then. But yeah.
So why they name it Hot Ham if it's so cold?
It's cold ham.
Cold ham.
Yeah. Frozen ham. Jimmy Dean.
I wonder what they have for après ski. If it's all shrimp on the barbie or what?
Shrimp on the barbie and Foster's. What else could you have?
Then Dumb and Dumber comes true all over again.
Yeah, right.
Throw another shrimp on the barbie. Yeah, pretty interesting stuff. So it's coming. The snow is out there. The snow is going to find us. It's making its way over this way.
Yeah. It'll get here eventually. But yeah, it just looks dynamite. And it seems like no one's there.
I know, because we're all working.
Yeah, right. There's only, 2 million people in Australia? So,
and it's all on the coast, right?
Yeah. There's nothing in the middle.
It's incredible.
Just things that murder you. They just gather in the middle there.
Yeah, it's like one of the deadliest places, right? In the wilderness there.
I think so, yeah. The outback.
Stuff that can kill you. Yeah.
I wish.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got, man?
Australia, enjoy your snow.
Yeah.
So this was nice to see because it's still a little bit early. We are just in mid-July at this point. But Ford has released their trailer for their new movie, Here and Now. And I watched it just a little bit before we started, the podcast. And this is their 6th installment because they do a movie every year. And I got to tell you, again, you're like, it's just another ski movie. It's the same stuff all the time. And I put it on, and just seeing the snow and the powder and people skiing and après ski scenes, I got so excited, because it just seems, like we mentioned earlier, it just seems so far away at this point. Anything that's related to winter or skiing, but just seeing it, I mean, it almost just sent you back to your favorite après day or your favorite run of the season or the big dump you experienced this winter. It just put you right back there watching these clips. It was awesome.
Nice. So so the trailer came out now, and when did they say when the movie's coming, or?
I don't think they mentioned when the movie was even coming, because it's just probably just. I mean, most of them usually come out October, November anyway. Right. So I would assume it's probably around there. But they just released this trailer about a week ago, And yeah, well, I mean, last year we had our trailer episode, and we had our page on our site with all the different trailers. So hopefully we'll do that again this year as things start to roll out. Usually, I mean, again, it's really, really early right now. Usually we don't get anything till maybe mid to late August. But yeah,
Yeah, I was actually looking for trailers probably like 2 weeks ago, and I didn't really find much, and I was like, oh, come on.
yeah, we'll keep our eyes open.
Yeah,
Don't you guys worry. We got your back.
got your back.
We'll find some beautiful ski trailers for you.
That's right. All right, so next we have talk about Killington. So if anybody doesn't know, on November 26th and 27th of this year, Killington, Vermont, is going to be hosting for the first time since 1978 an official World Cup, FIS World Cup event. It's going to be the women's. I believe it's downhill, and I don't remember which one. Slalom and downhill. Yeah, take a look at that.
Yeah, I'm looking it up
anyway,
right now.
So they're talking about what it's going to take to pretty up the big run that they're going to use, which is called Superstar. If anybody doesn't know, in Killington, Superstar is the one run that they'll pound snow on the entire season, and then that stays open into April, May, whenever they can keep it open.
Occasionally June or July.
Yeah, I mean, if it gets cold enough at night and preserves it, then of course lifts aren't running, but people just hike up and then they ski down. So it's actually a pretty cool scene. But they're talking about, to get it ready, the race. They're saying it'll take, with the snow blowing that they have, it'll take 6 non-consecutive days of snowmaking throughout the month of November to prepare for the race. So I don't know if they're going to plan on dumping it all, in a few days, over like a week, or if they're going to do it over 2 weeks or something. But I guess that's what they're trying to plan out now.
Mm-hmm.
And there was several articles, and we have links to all that on our website. But they actually talk about, they were scouting out for where they're going to put the the stands, where they're going to put cameras. So it's pretty neat to see like all the planning that goes into it just for a 2-day event. They're doing all this stuff to get the mountain ready, and then I'm sure they're talking to the people to host the accommodations. So all that's getting ready, and it's actually hopefully going to get Killington ready for a good season this year.
Yeah, it's going to be the slalom and giant slalom events that will be taking place.
Oh, the giant slalom! Wow.
Giant, yeah. I don't think Superstar is long enough, or maybe not steep enough for the downhill.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's going to be coming up. And now you did mention about Superstar just being pounded with snow, and it's got it's open the longest of any of the runs up there. I have a photo that I have posted several times angrily of the Friday during Ski Bum Week, where I took a picture of the bottom of Superstar looking up the Friday before Christmas. So was it December 17th, I think it was, or 18th? There was not a single speck of snow on the run.
Oh.
So hopefully Killington timed it that 2016-17 season is a big, good, fast start to the season as opposed to last year, because they will be in deep trouble with this event. And if the fact they want to get any more of these events at Killington or on the East Coast ever again, they better be able to turn out a obviously a snowy performance.
Yeah, I mean, well, Killington over the last few years has really upgraded all the snowmaking, and I actually think even this year they got some more high-tech snowmaking machines in. So hopefully it's going to be great for the snow coverage that they want to get.
Yeah. What they're going to need also is a cold-making device.
Yes, to make it very cold.
Due to global warming, we're going to need a cold-making device to go with the snow-making device.
It's funny seeing, they have a picture of Superstar, and people are walking on it. It's all green right now, and it's just funny to see. It's like, yeah, that really has to be all.
It's just like December.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so
Except
crazy to look at it.
it was browner though.
Yeah, right. It was very brown. All right, so yeah, we're psyched for that. We're gonna hopefully, as it gets closer, hopefully we'll have more information and maybe we'll even be up there for the event. Because yeah, it's our pretty much our home mountain, so we want to partake and get involved and check things out up there when it's going on.
Unfortunately, I'll probably be in Florida.
Florida.
I always go down for Thanksgiving, so I'll probably be down there for that. Because last year I wanted to do, remember I wanted to drive up to Quebec and see Crashed Ice, but that was like the day after Thanksgiving, and I was like, right. I was trying to fly in. I was trying to work out a deal to fly in and into Quebec and just come there. That would have been funny.
That would have been pretty awesome, yeah.
Fly and see Crashed Ice, but I would have needed you to drive up so I could get a ride back.
Ah, yes. Dude, Crashed Ice, man, I wish that existed when I was little. That would have been my sport. You
got to do a Crashed Ice league.
Why don't they have why doesn't Red Bull have like a senior circuit?
40 up Crashed Ice.
Yeah, right?
Call it Crashed Ice Broken Hips.
Crashed Hips, yeah.
Crashed Hips. There's got to be. I know they have qualifying events coming up soon. You gonna try out?
How do you even qualify? I mean, think about it. It's like they have to be, because they do it in the wintertime, obviously.
No, they have qualifiers before that.
Where?
All over. They posted it, but they didn't have the dates out yet. There's an application. I looked into all this for you. They have an application you fill out because I want to see you do it. And then they have these tryout events. They're open tryouts, and then once you make the circuit, then you're on the circuit for all those events. So it's definitely very competitive. But
I think the craziest thing to me about it is that people can actually practice this, because think about the kind of setup you need to really practice it.
Oh, you got ice hills. I mean, how do you even set that up is crazy.
It's completely maddening.
I just really love like the Quebec course was just like all through the city and all. It was really cool.
It's so awesome. Like, I wonder if Hoth was real, from Star Wars, the planet Hoth, like the ice planet.
All year round.
And it's like they gentrified it, and they had like a Starbucks and a Whole Foods, and they had to like make it a cool hipster town in Hoth. Would it just be like a Crashed Ice course?
Yeah, that'd be great. It would be that's how you would get around.
Right? And that's what they do in Ottawa in the wintertime. They have the canals there, and they just freeze, and people just ice skate through town. How cool is that?
I'm looking at the list of athletes, and they actually, I got to say, 1/3 of the athletes are women.
In Crashed Ice?
Yeah, so I don't know if they're doing, co-ed mixed or if they're separating men and women, but there's like a good amount of women on here.
I wonder what sort of drug testing any Red Bull sport has.
Probably none.
Very lax, I'm assuming.
I think weed's got to be legal.
Weed's got to be legal.
X Games, I think, weed's legal.
Remember that one poor guy who got busted for snowboarding? Got busted for weed? There was a Canadian snowboarder, like, I don't know, it had to be like 10 years ago or so. It's like, really? You're going to bust the guy for friggin' smoking weed?
It's snowboarding. You understand that's part of the lifestyle.
Seriously.
I got to find a way to get you on this thing.
Crashed Ice.
Yes.
You're so awesome.
Yeah, there was a site, and they actually had the application and all, so we'll find a way to get that.
I just don't know how to prepare. That's the problem. Like, I don't know how to prepare for Crashed Ice without my own Crashed Ice course.
I think you just envision yourself going really fast and then just go. That's it.
Maybe just find the steepest hill you have and grab your rollerblades and make it happen.
Superstar. When it's iced up, you just write down.
On rollerblades.
Rollerblades. Yeah, you could do a big hill and go to San Francisco on one of those big hills and just zip down on your rollerblades.
There you go. Now you're talking.
You can do it in the city.
Yeah. Like Lexington's the third, where it's like the hill over there.
Hell yeah. Get some speed and watch out. You fight with the cabbies all the way down.
Yeah, right. Toughens you up.
That's right.
Ready for battle. All right, and last sort of ski news story. This is just a pretty cool... I mean, I guess it would be an advertisement that Snowbrains has. They have a trip coming up in November of 2016. They are going to ski Antarctica.
Nice.
You heard me right. They are skiing Antarctica, which is pretty damn sweet. So they
That's
did
one
this.
continent you could just cross off then. You'd be like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah, they did this in 2014. It looks like, or one of the folks as part of the trip did it, and it's. I mean, it is rugged looking. I mean, there's obviously no infrastructure or anything. It's probably one of the most hardcore, incredible looking trips ever.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah, they're I think this is, I don't know if it's through Snowbrains or what exactly, but they have a trip coming up.
Well, the
In,
guy that wrote that article is telling about his trip, and I guess Snowbrains is sponsoring him or something, or he's part of Snowbrains and he's going back or something.
yeah.
It's kind of weird to tell, but he got an email, so I guess you find out by just sending him that you want to go.
Yeah, they're actually, you can go on this trip if you want. And it says, you could hit up contact@snowbrains.com. And yeah, they're going to have other people on this trip as well, which is
Nice.
crazy. And I mean, there's basically no evidence of humans anywhere around where they ski. I mean, it's just
That's wild.
as desolate. It's pretty much like Hoth. If you were in Star Wars universe and you went to the frozen planet of Hoth, that's kind of what Antarctica is like.
Nice.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a crazy adventure, and hey, if you want a couple of pals to come along with you, boom, skibumpodcast@gmail.com. We will clear the decks and come down with you if you sponsor / pay for us to come down.
Right.
We'll bring booze. We'll bring some sort of other green ointment / painkiller, and we'll come ski with you. So
I think we'll even bring skates. We'll put on our own crashed ice up in Antarctica.
crashed ice Antarctica.
Boom, Red Bull.
Bam. Put a Starbucks flag up there.
Oh, there you go.
Just have like a little like a K-cup. Like, this is the first Starbucks in Antarctica.
Find some Big Macs. We had a Big Mac in Antarctica.
Mackie D.
Okay.
All right. So that wraps up the ski news for the week. On to our main topic.
On to the main topic.
Yeah. Oh, there's some rattling.
There's a little cha-cha going,
Are you playing your maracas?
little maracas going.
Yeah, so the topic this week, just doing a little bit of summer check-in here. I know we're all sweating. We're all trying to make our way through this in the best way we can. And
all
we're just
day.
going to give you guys a little recap of what we're up to. So, Mario, why don't you kick us off here? How you been getting by? How you been making your way through this summer?
Been getting by just barely. This week was rough. We had a busy week at work. I think I overtrained for my biking, and I was just kind of fried this week. I think the last 2 weeks I was riding. I don't ride huge rides, but I was putting in well over 100 miles a week last few weeks. In addition to going to the gym, and I think I just kind of fried myself. Wasn't getting good sleep and stuff. So this week I was a little bit bitter. I was pissed off and bitter. It's hot out. I'm pissed off. Sat out by the pool a bunch of times. So I got my Puerto Rican color back. It's gone. It's gone.
There you go.
And just been doing a lot of biking and a lot of planning. You know me.
You love to plan.
Yeah. Got the I think it's a good announcement we can make. Both Brian and I do this summer. We have successfully gathered all of our backcountry ski gear that we need.
Oh, yes, we have.
So now we got to play around with the beacons and make sure we can find each other, because I didn't really get my beacon. My beacon really doesn't do much other than find other people if I'm using it. So
Now, which beacon did you get?
I got the same one you did, the Mammut Barrier Vox.
Okay, good. And the reason I opted for that one was because you got that one. And I happen to recall last time we tried using technology on the mountain many years ago, and I tried to use a goddamn walkie-talkie very, very,
awesome.
very unsuccessfully. So I was like, you know what? I got to get the same one Mario has, because he'll freaking research it and study it and learn how to use it. And then I could just be like, do I just push this button? You're like, yeah, just push that button and do that, and you're good.
Yeah. For that, we did a lot of research, and then they were running deals. So then I was researching what was on deals, what they were on sale. And then we even reached out to our buddy over at Backcountry. He was giving us some advice. And no, I think the one that we got is good. It has like an extra antenna, has a longer range. So it's important, God forbid we have to use it. Hopefully we never do. But it's good to know that you got some good equipment, and now we got to play around with it, learn it. But yeah, we got our gear, so it'll be nice to travel and not have to rent anything for that.
Yeah, definitely. And I was looking because a couple weeks ago, before the last podcast, we were talking about it. That you were like, "Hey, there's only one of these left. You better go and get it." And I'm like, I wasn't by my phone and I didn't see it, and I finally saw all your texts, and I was like, and you're like, "Oh, the last one's gone." I'm like, "Damn it!" And it's one of those things like they're not getting more beacons in July.
Yeah.
For the last seasons, they're trying to get rid of all this stuff so the new stuff can come in. So I was a little annoyed at myself, but I did a search and I found it on another website, and it was cool because they actually had the quantity in stock left, and there was 2, and I'm like, oh, there's 2. They'll have them all summer, no problem. And for whatever reason, I clicked on the link yesterday, and it says 1 remaining. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm not going to fuck around this time.
Yeah, because then you get...
No, that's a tip, though. You guys got to, if there's something you want, and I know everybody wants to get the best possible price or wait till the last minute. If you find something online that you want right now from last season, get it immediately, because there's a really good shot that some other skiing psychopath who's looking at ski gear on a Friday morning in July is going to see that and pick it up, because that's what happens.
Yeah.
We had me, you, and Nick. We had a freaking, how many, with that email chain on like a Thursday morning in July. It was probably like 20 emails back and forth.
You would have thought the stock market is crashing. We're like, we got to get this, we got to do that. Okay, now you got that. Now we're gonna do we got to do a trip, and
well, it's like we were going on a trip like tomorrow. Like we were planning all this stuff out, like discussing different airbag backpacks.
That's how we got to plan, though. That's how you got to do it. You got to plan like you're going tomorrow.
But it's funny when it's early July on a Thursday morning, and you're talking about all your backcountry ski gear, and you're going nowhere near South America. You're staying in the U.S.
That's right.
But that's the thing. Yeah, if there's something you want, you see it online, get it right away. Don't wait, because it won't be there. Because I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna friggin' usurp you, and you're gonna be pissed off at me. And you know what? You shouldn't be pissed off at me. You're just redirecting your anger that you have from yourself.
Be one left, and it'll be Brian standing. A little picture of Brian saying, "I just bought it."
Post it on Instagram, like me with my happy little gear that you wanted.
Dancing around with a little beacon. Just beacon shovel.
Wearing just a beacon.
Yeah. I'm going to use that in the pool. I'm going to go in a pool, be like, where's my beacon at?
Hey, yo, where you at?
Where you at, man? Got your beacon?
Like Flav? Where's the clock?
It can be a useful thing. Like, let's say you go to a concert with a bunch of friends. You have carry beacons. You play with your beacons in the thing, because guarantee you're going to lose each other at least once.
And you can't hear your phone ringing.
Yeah.
Too loud.
Just follow your beacon, but like, I know where that guy is.
You got to wear like Flavor Flav, like how he wears the clock.
That's right.
You wear the beacon around your neck.
And if you could do it a little bit inebriated, that's even better.
There you go. Get a Viking hat and a beacon.
You're stepping it up a little. You're like, I'm able to do this sober and drunk.
That's how you know you can handle it in a crisis situation.
Exactly. How do you prepare? That's simulation.
Yeah. All right. So anything else? Oh, I guess anything else you want to mention about your summer and what you're doing?
I want to mention that part of my summer is looking for a way for Brian to try out for Crashed Ice, which I see St. Paul, Minnesota. It looks like they have an open wild card tryout for you.
Wild card, bitches.
Wild card.
God, that'd be so
awesome. Looking. We're going to make this shit happen.
I'd be the best amateur crashed icer ever. I really believe that.
The amateur crashed icer.
Oh, my God.
We may have to write to somebody. Get you on there.
I need sponsorships, yo. If you want to sponsor someone, Crashed Ice, skibumpodcast@gmail.com. Let me know.
See, Now this is on my radar. This is like it's happening tomorrow, and I'm late. I gotta get this shit done.
Hurry.
Between that and we got to plan out like. So the other thing we've been doing, like, of course, I did my research and I was looking at, hey, can I go to Chile or Argentina to go skiing this summer? And it wasn't going to happen because I was like, it's a ton of money. So may happen next year. I got to plan out for it. Actually, the one trip that I did want to take, that's kind of where I jumped into the backcountry gear. It's a 7-day hut-to-hut backcountry experience. So you go basically from like warming hut to warming hut, and you're staying in these and hiking and skinning and skiing the whole 7 days.
That's so awesome.
So no hotel. Looks pretty freaking baller. That might be on the plan for next year.
Is that in the Poconos, or where is that?
It's in the Mountain Creek, actually.
Mountain Creek to Shawnee.
Mountain Creek to Shawnee. You do that about 20 times during the 7 days. But you look around, they got some of these excursions that are like backcountry skiing, like 14 days. You're going like steep and deep camp, and then you're doing like backcountry hiking and staying in a resort for a few days. It's pretty amazing, some of the trips that people put together.
Oh, it's so cool.
So, yeah, and then I've been looking for other places to go. So I'm actually looking at a few other possible opportunities before the end of the year to use up some of my vacation time. And then Brian and I were still talking about maybe stepping up ski bum week.
Ski bum week. We might be going, I guess technically it'd be international, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Ski bum week international.
That's right.
International.
You have to do a Kenny Powers theme or something for that thing.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Kenny Powers, totally off topic. Did you watch that new show he's in? That Vice Principals on HBO?
No, any good?
I'm going to give it one more week.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't love it. I mean, Walton Goggins, Danny McBride, they're both hysterical. Great actors. I mean, he plays Kenny Powers pretty much. Like Kenny Powers if he was a principal.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny. It was kind of the same character. I'm going to give it another week or two. Give it a shot.
All right. Yeah. I've also been binge watching the shit out of stuff all summer, man.
Yeah.
Stick with Cody, man.
Cody.
Watching
Allegedly.
Everything that's been out on, like, even before it's on video, I'm like watching it. I'm watching old movies. I think I ran through another 2 series like last week. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of I've been doing a lot of binge watching,
But did you watch Mr. Robot?
Did not. That's on the list.
Oh, that's so good.
I may be primed to start that this weekend. I'll do the old Mr. Robot.
You just started that?
New.
Yeah, Robot is freaking awesome.
Yeah, there's a few other ones I got on my list. I've never done Dexter. I got to do. That's like 6 seasons. That's a commitment.
Oh, that's a real. Yeah, but after 4, you can stop. Yeah, but there's actually 7 seasons. Yeah, you can just stop after that.
Wow. And then I think HBO is going to have Baller start. So there's a bunch of other shows that I want to watch. They're going to start next weekend, the 27th. Yeah,
I never really got into that show. I watched a couple episodes. It's like,
right.
Oh yeah, rich guys, lots of hot chicks.
It's like it's like an Entourage type of show. Yeah, after a while, it's the same stuff. It is just interesting to see. They have nice cars, nice boats, nice women, and they talk about interesting stuff within the industry. So it's interesting from that point of view. But yeah, there's not much to it.
Yeah.
How about you?
So just hustling, trying to make some money before ski season starts, so I can start spending and having a really good time. Yeah. I've been doing my bike commute to work the last couple of months, which I've been really liking a lot. It's crazy how many people are just out and about in this weather in the summertime. Yeah. I pretty much have to play chicken every day in the morning, and both in the morning and at night when I come home with people. At least
you actually get to see how bad people drive, right?
You get to see how bad people drive and how bad they walk. I mean, people have no concept of we stay to the right when we're walking. people on their phones. There was some asshole last week. Now, believe it or not, he was in a piece of shit car that was falling apart. And I'm in the bike lane, which is to the left of where the cars travel. And I'm cruising along, and I see him next to me playing Pokemon Go while he's driving.
Wow.
Yeah. I hated him so much and was.
You got to get that Pokemon, man. You got to make
good.
the sacrifice.
It's so good. Stop it.
Yeah, they say the one thing to really watch out for, and some bikers hate the bike lane because people always either pull in or pull out without looking at who's in the bike lane, and they flip people over the cars a lot. Or they open the door. That's the other big thing. You got to watch for the freaking door open.
Open the door, double parking. Yeah, it all happens there.
Yeah.
You got to be defensive. They got to be defensive driving, just like you do in your car. You got to assume people are going to do the dumbest thing possible and be ready for it.
Yeah. I got to say, where you bike, that's Thunderdome. You're in...
It is. You know what? It's really only 2 streets in Hoboken that I got to drive on. Then I'm on kind of the sidewalk and the waterfront. So it's not as bad at that point.
Not bad.
Yeah, so it really isn't too bad. So
you
yes, I've been doing
bike
that.
Carrier, man.
What's that?
You gotta be like a bike carrier in Manhattan.
Dude, I was in Manhattan yesterday, and I just watching like one of those dudes, like a delivery guy riding. I'm like, there's just no way in hell. Like, I mean, those guys just don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck at all.
Yeah, and a lot of them ride fixed gear too.
Yeah, they're playing chicken with like UPS trucks. Like 15-year veteran, like guys who don't care about human beings at all. UPS driver trucks.
Yep, and they're like yelling at people. They're like, they don't give a shit. They're like they're crazy. Kill
or be killed.
That's right.
So yeah, so doing that, trying to do a little running, trying to do a little relaxing. It's summer's tough, because if you do want to kind of relax and prepare for the the fall and the winter, which is the hustling and fun time for us at least. But you want to get stuff done too, but it's hard because you do want to. You see other people having fun and doing all kinds of great things, and you want to do those things too. So it's a tough balance. You're trying to strike with getting stuff done, but relaxing and enjoying as well. But yeah, a lot of sweat, trying to eat healthy and trying to enjoy it. And again, also shopping for ski stuff because now is the time to get those great deals. Because again, once Labor Day hits, everything happens really, really fast.
Well, I was talking to somebody today, and we were talking about Labor Day is only like 5 or 6 weeks away. Like kids are going to go back to school. Like summer's almost over. Like once 4th of July is like the midway point almost. So it's kind of like, wow, once that's come and gone, it's, you're just waiting out those last days. So
that's crazy. Yeah, 5 weeks.
Yeah. Labor Day is this week of the 6th or something, right?
I think it's pretty early. I think it's the 5th this year. Yeah, 5th.
And kids go back that week. So it's coming up soon.
So let's give the summer people, let's be generous. We'll say 6 weeks.
Yeah.
6 weeks. That's not
6 weeks. Wrap it up.
Yep.
Wrap it up because shit is gonna and then like we said, once you hit 6 weeks, it is like the freaking red alarm. The alerts go off. It's like a red alarm, and people are running to try to book ski shit. Yeah.
Think about it. Memorial Day is now further away than Labor Day is.
That's right.
Yeah, we've crossed that apex point of the summertime.
See, that's why we're trying to get ahead of the curve and plan our stuff out and maybe try to at least book stuff.
Yeah, that's what we do. So yeah, we're doing our best. We're trying to keep things fun and light and enjoyable. And again, I know I've been saying it forever, working on the website and trying to figure out where we're going with this podcast too. What we can do with it, how we can make it better, how we can get you guys involved more and make it more fun for you guys, the listeners as well. Because without you guys, why we're doing this. So.
Yeah, we're working out some ideas of maybe doing a little more community interaction / outreach. So hopefully that'll make things a little funner and fresher and different for us. So
the outreach around.
They reach out around.
Reach out around. It's a community favorite.
Everybody loves that. Everybody loves
Everybody
that.
wins. Everybody wins.
You're gonna learn today.
So if you guys have anything cool and fun and interesting that you're doing that you want to share with us, hit us up, skibumpodcast@gmail.com. Go to the website, skibumpodcast.com, and that's where all the social media goodness is. And you can hit us up, follow us there, chat at us, to us, through us, with us, however you do it these days. And we'll get back to you and we'll make something happen. You want to go right into Around the Horn?
Yeah. Did you pause it or?
I didn't pause. No, you can't pause this one. It's kind of. I'll just edit it afterwards.
Oh, you just cut it out.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we'll just go right into Around the Horn. And do you need a refresher or pee or anything like that? You good?
Yeah, I'm pretty much good to go. Let me just get a sip of water here and make it happen.
Yeah, I had to while you were talking, I had to run and get my my charging cable because my phone was dying. I was like, fuck.
Oh, really?
This thing rips out the
Not
battery.
good. All right, so we got.
So now we're gonna have the second weekly flavor, right? Where I'm on a Steadfast oatmeal cream stout.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, I gotta do something with this. You know, I was gonna start playing around with the GarageBand.
Yeah.
But then I started updating the outline and correcting the accents and all that crap so it renders right, and yeah, it just didn't have time.
That's what happens. I'm telling you, goddamn work gets in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm working on we're gonna try to do the trademark. I think we can make it happen.
What's that?
The trademark. I'm still not letting that go.
Oh, okay.
I sent an article that you should read to the Gmail account. It talks about podcasts, and there's a big event where podcast people are going to go pitch their ideas to big companies, and they're having it at Time's headquarters, and some of the pitches are going to be Time podcasts. So I'm like, that's pretty fucked up. Like SI, InStyle, they're all pitching ideas for podcasts because they're saying they want to get into that space of podcasting. And I'm like, we should try to package ourselves to get bought by somebody, if that's the case. Pitch our idea and say, yeah, we want funding to run this. This is our show, and and we wouldn't be pitching a show. We already have one.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think we can make that happen. I think that's where we would probably make a good chunk of money and be able to start doing more stuff that we wanted if we want to go that way. Yeah,
that would be fantastic.
So that's why I'm looking at trademarking, and without going through a lawyer, just filing it ourselves, it's only $225 instead of like $500 or $400. Yeah, so that I'd be willing to do. It just takes forever. I was reading and they're like, oh, it takes like 4 to 6 weeks to accept the application. Then they go through it, and there's an attorney that goes through it for the Patent and Trademark Office, and that might take another 3 to 6 months, and then if it goes over a certain thing, then you got to file an extension and all this stuff. And I'm like, they really make it a ball-busting process. But all it is really you fill out the application and send it, and then you just hope everything goes well with it. I did a search, and I sent that to the Gmail account too. You can look. And the only thing with falutin in the name, 4 entries came up. One was Rye-falutin, which I guess is a beer. And the other ones were highfalutin, and apparel or something like that, which is a dead trademark. So that trademark, they never renewed. It died.
Oh, wow.
So there's 2 trademarks for highfalutin. One is it's apparel, and the other one is wine. So the trademark is still available if we want to do it, because we're not just highfalutin, it's highfalutin ski bums. There's a few people with ski bum or ski whatever, but highfalutin ski bum, there's nothing like that. So
yeah,
I think it'd be good.
Yeah, sounds good.
So I'm gonna try to learn what the attorneys do and submit my own trademark application.
Nice.
Yeah, I did my own divorce the same way. So
there you go.
I'll do my own. Who needs the bar? Fuck the bar. I'll be my own attorney. That's right.
That's right. You be at the bar.
The only thing the bar does is make sure that you met their certifications, but I could be the Mario bar.
That's true.
I'll have my own special certification
Ha.
and have the bar buy me out.
Yeah.
You can get the Mario bar certification. Yeah. Now, so I'm going to figure that out because I want to do that, get the name. But I did look into it. So to get the name is one patent, is one trademark. To get the logo is another trademark. To get the, if we want to stay highfalutin, that's another trademark.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like that's where the patents add up.
Yeah.
I mean, the trademarks add up. And that's why even if somebody owns like a name, they don't trademark everything necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it seems a little unnecessary. Overkill.
Right. Like even your website, skibumpodcast.com, if somebody trademarks skibumpodcast.com, they could force you to give up the name.
But I'm sure, can't you fight it though if you had it before then and you were using it for a legit purpose?
You can fight it on usage, but if they apply for it, if you've never applied for it, they can take it from you.
Too many goddamn laws.
Yeah. Well, they could take it from you when your thing expires. So like when you go for renewal, like if you pay for like a 5-year deal, you go for renewal, then they can say, well, now we're going to force you to give it up because you're renewing it and this other company has the rights to the name.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. It's not generic use. If it's like a name that they have, then they can do it.
Yeah.
I thought about buying the name highfalutinskibum.com, buying that URL. I think it was only like $10, but I was going to ask you because I was looking and I did the who is, and I found out where you got the original site. We purchased it. And I was just going to ask you, can you just purchase another URL?
Yeah, no problem at all.
Get highfalutinskibum.com, just skibums.com, just to match the name,
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I mean, part of the reason I got Ski Bum Podcast is just because it was more generic. So if we decided to change the name or whatever, we had like that kind of main,
right?
Yeah, that flexibility to do so. Yeah,
no, I agree. But yeah, I know like our official name is, the name of the show is, unless we change it to Ski Bum Podcast, but yeah, highfalutin, it's distinguishing,
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'll look into that application and maybe do the if you want to do the
URL, yeah.
Then I think we'll submit that and we'll get the name. And then I'm telling you, I really think we got a shot at. We have enough content right now. We have body work and we have a format and we have something that works. That we can do. I think if we wanted to, we could try to package it and market it to because what they do is they buy your show, but they don't necessarily own everything about your show. It's almost like buying certain seasons. So they'll buy episodes. So what we have out there, they wouldn't own unless we sold it to them, but that's like a separate sale. So they buy, okay, we want your 2017 shows. And then they'd help us with marketing and stuff like that, selling ads and all. And then if we didn't want to do it again, we could go on our own and do our own thing. It's, depending on the deal we work out.
Yeah, it's worth checking out.
Or you could just, because everybody's fighting for content. It's getting really big with podcasts right now. And I'm surprised. I thought video podcasts would be big, but these are just audio.
Yeah.
So that article, read it. It's pretty interesting. It talks about how they're doing the pitches and all. I was like, wow, I didn't know this was going on. So
good stuff.
Yeah, we should get on that list of highfalutin ski bum.
Yeah.
Or go to SI and be like, you want to buy our name?
Yeah, right.
You don't have any ski content. So
that's true. All right, cool. So are you got the music ready?
I do. And another thing, I did smoke weed this weekend. Did you?
Oh, I did not, no.
John's wife had weed. She had gummies too. I guess she had somebody from Colorado send it to her.
Oh, nice.
So I think we got to work on Steve and Ryan.
Yeah, seriously, right?
Some seeds. Grow a plant.
Definitely, allegedly.
Grow a little buddy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, I got the music.
All right, so I'll start off with the Massachusetts then, and you can go into executive physical.
Why don't you do both of those? I'll chime in with the physical.
Okay.
And then I'll do Virgin launches Pokemon. Then you do the Scotch. Then I could do Pablo Escobar. And then you could do the last two. You want to do that?
All right, sure.
Or either or?
Yeah.
Yeah, you take the first two. I know you like the executive physical, and you know more about the marijuana thing.
Yeah. All right.
And then we'll just jump around after that.
Sounds good.
Okay, cool.
All right, whenever you are.
Oh, yeah, you know what time that
There
is.
it is. It is time for Around the Horn. Yeah, so first up,
Yeah.
a couple, this is actually a week or so old, this story, but you guys need to know about it because we've been talking a lot about different marijuana-related topics. So Massachusetts has added marijuana legalization to its ballot for November. And this story I'm looking at right now, this is in the Boston Globe, and they're saying that half of Massachusetts voters are opposed to legalized marijuana. So this poll was done of 900 people over 2 days in July by a company in Florida that says that 51% of those respondents were they're opposed to legalization. I don't put a whole lot of stock in this firm out of Florida who conducted this survey. I don't know.
Good.
It's got Florida involved in it. Something's got to be shady with it. It can't be taken at face value. So hopefully marijuana is legalized in Massachusetts this year. It would be huge to get a state in the Northeast or on the East Coast in general to finally legalize, because the West Coast is gobbling up all the profits that are coming in from legalization and all the positive other benefits that have been occurring as well.
Yeah, and actually we even just talked about Canada is looking to try to push it through because they see the ability to make a ton of money by being the first in the whole area, or the first big country to do it.
It's like, do I want these cartels to make billions, or do we want to put those billions back into the education system? And not have so many people in prison.
Exactly.
It just seems like if you took a very holistic look at things, it seems like a no-brainer. But there's just too much history and bullshit and politicking and money being shoved in other people's pockets that's preventing all this from happening.
So I wonder if a lot of states start legalizing for recreational use or even medical use. I'm wondering the federal government has to do something to say at least it's legal, because they have that whole, it's illegal federally, but it's legal by state, and this whole yin and yang back and forth kind of thing. Like, they got to do something about that because it just doesn't match up.
Yeah, that's why so many folks who are for the legalization are so concerned about this. The Trump presidency, if that does in fact happen. I mean, right now, Obama could, with one stroke of his pen, legalize cannabis federally. He could change the scheduling from Schedule 1 to a Schedule 5. I mean, he has the power to do that. And he was Mr. Hope and Change, and he was different, and blah, blah, blah. And it's really just been, the song remains the same with him.
Yeah.
Like, there hasn't been that hope and change and positivity and moving forward that everyone was thinking was going to happen. But yeah, the president does have the power to change that. But
can he pardon weed on his last? Where they do all the pardons. The president, can he pardon marijuana?
Yeah, right. That would be awesome.
Pardon marijuana.
Good to go. So yeah, so we're things are moving forward. I think who else? Another state has added it to their ballot in November too. I think we had it in last week's podcast. Was it?
No, Florida has medical. Oh, was it Ohio? Not Ohio.
Ohio was looking to do it again.
Yeah.
Was it Michigan, maybe? I can't remember. That was like 2 weeks ago.
Well, New York, I thought, was also looking too, right? Well,
They have medical now.
they have medical. Jersey has medical, technically,
Yeah,
but they
but
don't.
Jersey's got to be pretty much terminal to get it.
Yeah.
But NJ Weedman did when his he was in court fighting that he wanted to set up his shop as a place of religion or a religious retreat so people could go and smoke cannabis there. And he passed. He won some ruling that he's able to make that argument.
As long as weed's part of the religion.
I think so. Yeah.
And maybe the Pope could say, like, it's a plant from God. Let's make it part of the church ceremony. If they made that part of church ceremony, I think it'd go back to church.
We'll change out that incense.
That's right. Body of Christ, blood of Christ, and the scent of Christ. I don't know. That would work.
Placenta of Christ?
No, the scent or the Holy Ghost. That could be the Holy Ghost.
That's probably what it is.
Anybody want a little Holy Ghost? Hell yeah! That's why I'm here.
So we'll see, though. More to come on that. But Massachusetts is we got it on the ballot, so we'll see what's going to happen in November. A lot of craziness to happen in November in the United States.
Yeah, it's going to get just more nuts.
Yeah, pretty much. So speaking of nuts, if you are a well-to-do human being and you want to have your said nuts, if you have them looked at, you can go for a $25,000 executive physical.
Ooh, and what does that entail, Brian?
Oh, I think a better question is, what does it not entail? So we saw this article on Rob Report Health and Wellness, and it talked about how that in California, there's this company called Health Nucleus, and what they do is they create this very, very extensive and sophisticated health evaluation that, I mean, it costs $25,000, but it's like a super physical. They go through, like, they map your genome sequence. They what do they test? I'm looking at it here. It's extremely comprehensive, I guess you could say. There's a 75-minute MRI. They're doing blood tests. They're doing, like I said, gait analysis. They're doing different X-rays. I mean, it's
Everything.
Everything, exactly.
360-degree analysis of your body and your function. That's all.
4D echocardiogram. I mean, it's really, really.
We got your 2D here with 3D. We got 4D. I don't know what that is, but we got 4 of them.
I think we found you from the future and brought you back to talk about the things that you.
We actually have a 5D, but we can't tell you that. It's only
5D.
5D.
You're not ready for the 5D.
Not ready for that, but we use it. That's what the extra 20. It's like an extra 10 grand that goes into the 5D.
Yeah, my favorite thing about this article is that it's a yearly test too. So if you can get somebody in there who is willing to drop 25 grand a year, that's a dynamite business model right there.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a wait list to get in.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. So I was telling you before, Brian, that I looked up a place when I got into. So they have this hangover bus in New York that goes around, and they do basically infusion therapy for hangovers, or just if you want a refresher. And I kind of looked into it because number one, for hangovers, it's great, but number two, if you do a lot of training, it's great for hydrating. And I remember when I got sick, I was in the hospital, and basically I was just dehydrated. They gave me saline solution for like 2 days, and I felt like $1 million after. So that's why I was like on this quest for like finding infusion therapy and all that. And I found a place that did, it was like an anti-aging place, and they do something like this. It was like an executive type of physical, but their price was, I think, like 12 grand or something like that. Wow. But the way it sounded, which sounds like this, is you have like a person that's assigned to you, and then they talk with a team of doctors. So it's like you're getting this constant attention and consultation. It seems pretty cool. If only we could all afford that, that would be incredible.
I thought Obama covered that.
Just to have it once in your life. Think about what you could find out,
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I think too, as we evolve as a species and technology changes and evolves as well, this is probably going to become just, a regular, all that information, something we're just going to have on our phones or somewhere easily accessible in the next, 50 to 100 years.
Well, now all the patient records are digital, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they get a little tricorder, they float it over you, and boom, your stuff is in the cloud.
I mean, think about, 100 to 200 years ago, what people were just dying of, didn't know they had, didn't know they were, experiencing. And look how far we've come since then.
Well, that's why I'm so amazed. Have you seen that series, The Nick?
I know of it. I've seen bits and
The
pieces.
the amazing part of it. So it takes place back, I guess it's the 1920s or something, and it's the Knickerbocker Hospital in Manhattan. But they're showing like their new innovations of surgery, and their X-ray machine was the first around. And it's like you look at how they did surgery, and they had suction. The guy was like pumping like this hand crank suction thing. Like you don't realize like all those advances that have come about. It's crazy. And watching the show, if you look at like how primitive everything was, it's just nuts. Like we were cavemen compared to what we are now.
Yeah, we keep evolving and growing and changing our knowledge. So yeah, it'll be again, this $25,000 test will probably be an app that costs you $5 in 20 years.
I wonder too, like if you look at a return on investment, you do a whole cost breakdown of what they find out potentially with that 25 grand, and you wonder how big of a stretch of an investment is it really? You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably insurance companies are going to buy the patents up and make this product work so they can screw you over on pricing.
That's right. Not covered by do you cover 80%? 2080?
Yeah.
I wonder if they would cover some of it.
They freaking should.
They should.
It's preventative.
Yeah. All right. So next we have something that Brian mentioned, and I think everybody has been touched by recently, and that's the launching of Pokemon. So Pokemon Go, if anybody's been in the cave and doesn't know, Pokemon, the show, they have a cool video game where it's...
Wait, is it Pokemon or Chim Pokemon?
Chim Pokemon. So Pokemon, it's kind of, what do they call, like augmented reality interactive game. So you play
it uses the Google Maps engine, and it just overlays the Pokemon on top of that. So yeah, it's augmented. It's considered like a sort of augmented reality experience.
Yeah, so while you're walking around, like actual geolocations are where these Pokemon are, where battle areas are. So you go out and you fight in, they have parks, cemeteries, a lot of public spaces that they do these battles at, these battle areas. And it's really cute for kids because they get interactive. They don't want to sit in the house. They want to go out and explore their local neighborhood, which is nice. You do it with parents, but it can get out of hand. The really cool part of it is I saw it, and like it uses your video on your phone, and it will show like your table, for example, and it'll show the creature sitting on your table, and you start throwing things at it, and it's like you're throwing the thing sitting on your table. So it's very interesting. It's very unique and interactive. So they came out with this, and it's been a big fad so far. Now in the UK, Virgin has Virgin Active, and it's like I guess that's a chain of health clubs. So they launched a Pokemon Go workout. So what they do is it's an actual mainly starts out as a run, and you run on a route, and along the route you come across these Pokemon sites where you can do stuff. So everybody has their phone, and as you're running, you do these little Pokemon things. So it's kind of interesting that they jumped right on the bandwagon, and now they have a jogging route which has Pokemon as you're on your jog. So it's pretty interesting.
That's amazing that they can actually do that now.
They actually have, you can call 999, which I guess you do through the Pokemon app, and you can report that somebody stole your Pokemon. Like there's all this stuff going on. It's really crazy.
Oh my god!
Definitely, I would suggest definitely it's interesting to check out, but it definitely will drive up, which I guess is the hidden value for everybody doing this, is you will kill your data plan on your phone. So.
Oh my God, yeah, I never even thought of that. With all the, I mean, the map is usually one of the biggest memory hogs or
Yeah.
data hogs, and then just always refreshing it and pulling down different
So
locations.
perfect example. I got a friend with 2 kids, and his kids started playing this. I guess last week when it opened, and he got the bill in, and along with the other crap that they go over on their data, I think his total bill this last month was $500.
Oof.
And they were just pounding his data, and he's like this. And I told him, I was like, "That's your Pokemon app, man. That's what you get. You know, it's not free. You're paying the data, and then you also have to buy stuff too in the app." So
Yeah.
yeah, there'll be more games like that, I'm sure, that come out. First of many.
Oh, absolutely. This is it's just proving that this is what people want now. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, just be safe out there. Don't be too stupid with your Pokemon. Now, on to something much cooler than Pokemon. So this is from the good folks at the Macallan Distillery over in Scotland. 65-year-old Macallan, $35,000 scotch.
Damn.
Yeah.
Now, what did we have that one time? Was
We had a 30.
30. This is twice as old. Damn.
More than twice as old, yeah. And it's in a lovely Lalique decanter. And it just talks about this is the final of a series that Macallan has came out with. And it was laid down on November 10th, 1950. And to put that in perspective, it was a time when Harry Truman was president of the U.S., Willie Mays was a top minor league prospect, and Mick Jagger was 7 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. And it says the whiskey is a window into a bygone time, a brief period when the Macallan was surprisingly enough peated. So Macallan's known for being really, really smooth and really clean, and I guess back then they made it with more peat. So probably got a nice smoky flavor to it.
That must be incredible. Just to try that would be incredible.
Yeah. So only 2 casks of Macallan 65 survived the decades, and after the Angels took their share, a mere 450 bottles worth remained.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's limited run.
Super limited.
Years. Wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like you know, we were talking about this. Like, you know, that those casks had to survive a whole bunch of stuff. I'm sure it's storms, floods, fires, wars. Like they've survived a lot of stuff, and the company's been around for long enough that those casks were saved. You know,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty amazing when you think about it.
It's incredible. It's so cool. So if you have the option of going, should I buy this Honda Accord or this bottle of scotch? Just saying.
You know,
you can't drink a Honda Accord.
Yeah, can you get a loan for a bottle of scotch though?
Probably.
You probably could, right?
Right.
It might be better than the Honda Accord.
It definitely will be.
That's pretty crazy. All right, so next we got Pablo Escobar's brother is demanding $1 billion from Netflix over the hit Netflix original series Narcos. So
I love this story.
I think Reed Hastings is gonna have to watch his back because he's actually coming out and saying that you know, they're depicting him and his family in Narcos, and they're not getting any money from that. So I just think it's pretty interesting. So the article that we looked at is talking about they're demanding it, which I think is awesome.
You give me $1 billion or I kill you.
Yeah. So he actually sent a letter to Netflix demanding $1 billion and the right to
Dear
review,
Netflix.
dear Netflix, and the right to review all future episodes to make sure that he and his family are portrayed accurately. So he's worried about his image.
Yeah, apparently.
So yeah, they actually have on this thing. They actually have a sample of the letter. And it's, I guess, I don't know if it's translated or he wrote it in English, but they have a sample of the letter in the article, which is pretty interesting. And yeah, he wants $1 billion. Which please give me $1 billion. Oh no, they have a picture of the actual letter on it.
Yeah, and I love it. It just says "Dear Netflix."
Dear
Not
Netflix, that's
not
right.
Reed Hastings or not return to the CEO. Just "Dear Netflix."
My name is Roberto de Jesus Escobar Gaviria. Gavira. I'm the biological brother of Pablo Escobar. Nice.
Yeah.
See how that goes over. I don't know if it works. I'm gonna write some letters myself. I'd like to get some rights on one of the other shows. I don't know. I think they're depicting me too.
Yeah.
So I think it's all newsworthy stuff. So I think he's SOL.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I don't know how well it's going to go. And I'm sure, I mean, does he really need the money? I mean, I'm sure all that money they buried all over the place, he probably could pull up a few $1,000,000 if he needs to.
I think what he's missing is that the minute that you go to jail for it and everything becomes part of public record, I think you kind of lose your exclusive right thing to it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a little bit shaky on my Colombian law at the moment, but yeah, I don't know how it's
And
going to
they
work.
and they named the show Narcos, and they're talking about him, but they're making it sensationalized fiction about it. So I don't know.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we'll keep tabs on that and see how that ends up for Roberto Escobar there.
This is going to drive what happens to the El Chapo series, I believe.
Oh, yeah, right.
So we got to watch this closely because this will decide the fate of the El Chapo.
It's called like Chapos.
Chapos. Sean Penn in El Chapo Returns.
Oh.
He's got to be watching his back right now.
Oof, big time.
It's a whole messy thing.
Yeah. All right. So here's a cool one. This is actually a slightly older story, but we came across it this week, which is pretty cool. And it's about a gentleman named Matthew Cummings, who was a glass blower and now has ended up creating this whole line of craft glassware.
These are nice too.
And yeah, it's funny because like the company is called the Pretentiousness Beer Glass Company, and he has all these really cool, elegant glass designs based on what tastes, what layout or what glass shape works best for particular beers. So some of them are really funky looking. Like there's the multi beer glass, which I think you described it as anal beads stacked.
Stacked anal beads, yes.
Stacked anal beads. Yeah.
I don't know where that glass has been. I just want to make sure it's washed if I'm drinking out of it.
There's one that looks like it's almost been like crushed in a way.
Yeah.
And then one of my faves is the one with the aromatic beer glass, which has like a little mountain. It looks like in the bottom of it, which I think would be really awesome as a place where you can put a cold core so that your beer stays cold from the inside.
You could shape that like the Matterhorn. Be like a Matterhorn glass.
Oh, yeah.
Boom. Ski glass. Après ski glass.
That would be nice.
I'm talking après.
Have a little whiskey and have a little Matterhorn sticking out.
Ooh, that's right. Are you Matterhorny?
My glasses are fogged up. I can't see the Matterhorn.
The Matterhorn.
So yeah, if you want to check out the Pretentiousness Beer Glass Company, you can check out all the really cool designs they have. Like they're black and tan. It's separated, the two different, beers. They're really, really cool. Not cheap, but really cool.
They're not that expensive when you talk about getting fancy glasses. I think what was it? A set of 4 was about $125, so $30 a glass.
But if you're used to going, wow, these red Solo cups for $100 cost me $6.
Yeah, that's when you gotta get
expensive.
big boy glasses. Once you start getting big boy glasses, $30 is it's up there. But if you start comparing it to crystal or some nice, I have some nice barware. I got crystal highball glasses. I got all sorts of stuff. I got tons of glasses, but yeah, I don't think it's that bad, and they're handmade.
Yeah, they're really impressive looking. So check it out.
I like where they ask him when they asked him about like describe his first foray into craft glassware. He says, "This is pretentious as shit." It's awesome.
Beautiful.
Very cool.
All right, we got one more final story then, right?
Brian, this is your favorite. I
Oh,
agree with you on all points on this.
now this is, I guess technically this is a sad story, but in a way, it's kind of a little bit poetic justice-y, I guess. So in India, the quote-unquote gold man was battered to death. Now this gentleman, he bought one of the world's most expensive shirts made entirely of gold, and he was allegedly beaten to death this past week.
So a shirt made out of gold.
Yeah, so this guy, Data I guess it's Fuge or Fuge, Phuge. He became known in 2013 when he bought a shirt made with more than 3 kilograms, so over 6 pounds of gold.
God damn, a 6-pound shirt.
$250,000 at the time.
Now, is that more like armor or something? Like, it can't be like a knit shirt. Like,
It looks sort of like some sort of like chainmail. Yeah.
oh, it's a chainmail shirt?
It looks kind of like chainmail.
Leroy Jenkins.
But it's like a button down. It's like button down, short sleeve chainmail.
Oh, yeah. He's like an Indian Leroy Jenkins, man. With that mustache. Oh, and he's from Pune. That's where he was from, right?
You know what, though? He OG'd.
Oh, gee. Look at that. He's walking all over the place with that thing.
Too many gold
chains. He's like down in one picture. He's got another picture with it.
It's like, I'm going to get you, sucker. He OG'd.
Oh, he's got the bracelets to match? Damn.
He's got, like, he's the most, like, blinged out looking. Like, he looks like a rapper. He looks so ridiculous.
See, now, if he had that gold chainmail on, how did he get battered? See?
The problem is he doesn't have a gold helmet.
See?
I think he was beaten upon the head.
If you were such a peasant, you could have spent another $100,000 and gotten yourself a gold helmet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so apparently some 12 people attacked him and beat him to death.
Do you think the executive physical could have helped him out in this situation?
I don't think anything short of not having that stupid gold shirt would have helped him out.
Now, I wonder, like, do they tell him there, like, did they steal the shirt? Like, because I thought I'd be like, he's going to get jacked the minute he leaves the store or something like that.
Oh, the first thing you guys do is take the shirt and then melt it down.
It says 12 people attacked him. He should beat his ass.
Oh,
he had to piss people off.
Definitely. I mean, did you ever see that one Vice episode where they showed the guy who's like one of the richest guys in India? He's like a telecom giant. He had that huge tower built in Mumbai. It was like $1 billion tower.
Yeah.
He's living like among the poorest of the poor.
And he's a Tata guy.
Yeah, he's driving like Lamborghinis and stuff, and doesn't give a fuck.
They give a fuck. That's the whole have and have-nots, like
the caste system, and this is their fate, and this is what they do, and something must have happened in their previous life, which is why they're miserable now.
So they're saying one of the suspects invited him and his 22-year-old son to celebrate a birthday, and then they got attacked with stones and a sharp weapon. So they stoned him.
Oof.
This story gets even better.
Yeah.
Like, what goes on there?
That's brutal. Hey, man, if you don't have anything and you see this dummy walking around with a 6-pound gold shirt on.
Man, 6-pound gold shirt is probably like 120 degrees out.
Oh.
I'm surprised the shirt doesn't melt just hanging out.
Yeah, right?
Where's the melting point of gold?
I think it's pretty high, which is why it's used in computers and stuff.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it is pretty high. It's like 1,000 degrees.
It's like Game of Thrones. They gave him the series the golden crown.
Man, look at him with all those like Mr. T bling. He's got the chains on.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. Again, it's terrible that someone died, but this guy was a little ridiculous.
And here's the interesting thing. So he has a 6-pound gold shirt made, right?
Well, who doesn't?
Looks pretty cool. They have a picture of it. Why is it short sleeve?
You're not going
to put like a gold tie on that bad boy and go out like with a suit?
It's hot in
India.
India.
A whole suit.
It's very hot. You don't need any extra sleeves than that. He's got a gauntlet on his one arm anyway.
$250,000. You haven't put fans in there or something.
Yeah, right.
You can have Under Armour under there or something.
Yeah, gold Under Armour.
Gold Under Armour. Moisture wicking.
Gold Armour, yeah. They got to sew the gold in there. The gold fibers.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. So on that note, that pretty much wraps up the podcast for the week. You got anything else, Mario?
No, I'm just gonna melt when I go outside for another 2 weeks, and then it's gonna start cooling off. I'm thinking
we'll get there.
We'll get there. Gotta hold on. Keep hope alive.
So thank you guys so much for listening. You can check us out again, skibumpodcast.com. All of our social media sites, twitter.com/skibumpodcast, facebook.com/skibumpodcast, instagram.com/skibumpodcast. And if you could, please go to Stitcher, iTunes, rate us, subscribe, let us know what you feel about the podcast, what you'd like to see more of or hear more of, and we love your feedback, and we really appreciate you, so thank you so much. And we will check you guys out next week.
Stay high, stay falutin'.
See you.